People often ask the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now. Welcome to the American Dream.
The American Dream.
You're watching The American Dream.
The American Dream.
Showing you the real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
Let's get this party started right now.
Let's go do this.
It is heating up once again.
We're the Davids going up against the Goliath. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
The staple of the neighborhood. Can't wait to present it to you.
It's all about lifestyle.
In your community.
That's what this show, The American Dream, is all about. Cheers to your American Dream. Two of their top fighters.
Fighting, that's my life. Really don't see anything slowing up.
Took a deal, sign another deal, post up in the hills on the real, headed for a mill, travel with me still, getting kills, all this pop appeal, got these pop stars try popping in, and they getting pop for real. I was Buddy Hill, shooting at a pace soon as I pull up, dropping buckets. Tears falling down, underdog is finally overcoming, cause I'm dropping.
Here with Dave Feldman, CEO of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Dave, thank you so much for having us here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, man.
Awesome event tonight. So tell us a little bit about how you started Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. What was your motivation to start Bare Knuckle?
You know, my motivation was really just to create my own lane. I wanted to do something big, and I was promoting boxing, I was promoting mixed martial arts, so we created Bare Knuckle Fighting. It took us 9 years to get it legal and sanctioned for the first time. And in the past 6 years, we've become the fastest growing combat sport promotion in the world. There's no stopping.
Awesome. So that leads me to my next question. What do you envision the future for BKFC?
I mean, I just really think that within the next 2 years, we got some major TV deals coming. I think, you know, we're knocking on the doors of the biggest and the best combat sports promotion in the world. I really, really think that it's so relatable, right? Everybody gets it. It's action-packed. It's borderline brutal. I think that's what has these people paying attention and has these people telling more people about it and becoming fans. I really see us in 2 years being one, you know, of the biggest combat sports promotions in the world, bar, you know, easily.
Absolutely. Well, as a fighter and a fight fan, I want to thank you very much for everything that you do.
Coming out,
appreciate you very much.
Take care. Thanks.
I see the hate, they don't wanna see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. Top down, throw the money in the wind. I don't want it all. Heard he scammer, had to switch up the accounts. Moving paper, gotta call it my account. It's all in, I can have it coming out. Been through the struggle, I can see another drought.
Hey folks, I'm Gianni Cerretani, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Maggie Elmore. So we know who the hitman is. Tell us who Joe Elmore is.
Do you have all night? I'm just teasing you. Joe Elmore, the real Joe Elmore, which you guys get to see too. I can tell you that. He's unapologetically himself.
He is.
But Joe has so much to offer and show the world what it really means to persevere, to have adversity. That giving soul he's got, it's just impossible to not see. Joe is my person.
He has a presence about him that is magnetic. He's got the biggest heart, and he is a warrior, a true warrior, which is a rare occasion these days.
Obviously, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. This has been a 15-year journey, the ups, the downs, the injuries. You know, I don't have time for feelings. It's how do we get you right so you can do this again tomorrow?
Right.
And Joe's meant for the grit, and I just respect these people.
You know, watching you two, you know, operate as a couple, it's amazing the way that you guys support each other, just back and forth. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you. I love what you're doing.
Awesome.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
it. thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
Very nice spending time with you. Tell me a little bit more about who Nathan the person is.
Right, well, right off the bat, Nathan is my best friend. He's just a fun, loving, God-fearing man, and it's exciting. It's wonderful.
He does. What I feel like separates Nate from other fighters is his personality.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a very magnetic personality. He knows how to work a room, and he's goofy.
Yeah, he's so funny. And he's extremely confident in himself.
Yeah, it's not easy watching the person you love go in a cage or a ring.
It's different. All this stress and anxiety leading up to it of, I want the best for him. I don't want him to get punched in the face. I want him to come out clean as he went in,
Of course.
But it's a lot of excitement with the stress, and I want him to excel. I want him to be the best, and I'm gonna stand by him 100% through it all.
I think the way he's going, you got that in your future. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Bree, thank you so much for spending time with me
Yeah,
today.
of course.
You're awesome. Love
Thank you.
Break it up. As you can see, Georgia fight community is a whole different culture. And I showed you just a little taste of what it's all about. I showed you killer knockouts, blood, sweat, tears. Thank you for BKFC for bringing us into their first event here in Georgia, and especially these guys for bringing us along to the road to the big show. I'm Gianni Cerretani.
I'm Nathan the Reaper Rivera.
I'm Joe Hitman 187.
Until next time, this is Financing
The American Dream.
Welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Neil Midder, here to introduce you to a few select places in Buckhead Village. About 20% of Atlanta's population actually lives right here in Buckhead. Rumor has it that the name Buckhead came from a local hunter who hung a buck's head up on a post. Buckhead is known as one of Atlanta's most affluent neighborhoods and is also commonly known as the Beverly Hills of the South. Buckhead Village is known for luxurious shopping and fine dining. We're going to be going to see two places in Buckhead Village, Fedot's Irish Pub and Fetch Park. Let's go take a look. Fetch Park is a dog-friendly social hub. They have 4 locations in Atlanta, this one in Buckhead, but also one in Alpharetta, Old Fourth Ward, and the West Side. It's a great place that you can come, let your dogs off the leash, let them run around, and have lots of fun. We're here today at Fetch Park with the CEO and founder, Stephen Oakes. Stephen, very happy to be here today. Thank you for hosting us.
No, thank you for coming.
So Stephen, tell me, how did you get the idea for
So my parents were dog breeders. I've been around dogs since I was 2 years old. Honestly, I played baseball at Florida State. I grew up a Florida State fan. I went out to see Florida State play in the national championship game in 2013. And someone had roped off their tailgates and were letting their dogs run. And it was kind of that light bulb moment for me. In the time I was doing communications in the branding and liquor space, and my parents were dog breeders. I was like, this is what I was meant to do. And it started a 5-year journey to getting the first Fetch up and running. So I really wanted to create a social environment where safety was at the forefront. So you don't need a dog to come to Fetch. You can come, grab a drink, pet dogs. But if you want to bring your dog, there's strict safety requirements. Dogs need to be fully vaccinated. You have to sign a liability waiver stating your dog's friendly and social. So it really is a true place where you can hang out with all your friends in a safe environment.
As you can see, there's lots of people around, lots of dogs, so make sure you come down and check it out.
Yeah, come see what the park's all about.
Fedot's Irish Pub has 5 different locations around the country, with 2 of them right here in Atlanta, one in Buckhead and one in Midtown. We're here at the Buckhead location. Let's go take a look. I'm here today with Colin Riley, the General Manager of Fedot's. Colin, thank you very much for hosting us today. So Colin, just quickly, so how did Fedot's get its name?
So Fedot comes from an Irish word, long time ago. So long time ago means like an Irish storyteller back in the day would start a story off by saying Fido Fido, which means a long time ago, and that's where we got our name from. We opened up this restaurant in 1996, just around the corner here on Peachtree, just before the Olympics. 1996, blossomed ever since. You know, we got opened at the right time. The Irish had a good Olympics. We had Michelle Smith, who won numerous gold medals, and it was the place to be, and it grew from there. I mean, we're a staple now in Buckhead. Everyone knows Fido. It's the soccer bar to go to. Yeah, it's great.
So one of my favorite items on the food is the Irish breakfast that's available all day.
Yeah.
What would you say yours?
As an Irish person, yeah, that's my go-to. I mean, I can eat that at lunch, dinner, go-to. You know, you got your eggs, you got your bacon, you got your sausages, and, you know, it's a go-to for sure.
That's great. Well, look, again, thank you very much for having us today.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I found out that this was the official Liverpool Supporters Club for Atlanta from a friend of mine who I came to watch the game with. I'm here today with Michael Crump, who's the president of the Supporters Club. So Michael, thank you. Can you tell me what made you choose Atlanta and Buckhead as a venue for the club?
Well, Fido's not our first home. So our first home was actually in Brewhouse when about 4 Scousers decided to start up a supporters club. We then moved to Meehan's downtown and actually outgrew that place at the end of the 2017-18 season. So moved here at the beginning of the 2018-19 season, that 6 Champions League with Tottenham. There are about 1,000 of us here. So
wow.
Yeah, we absolutely love the new home.
Right, and what makes you such a big fan of Liverpool?
The people, the city, the people that you meet around the world. I was not into soccer for the majority of my life. 2014, got into the World Cup, understood it, asked a friend who he support. He said Liverpool, and that's where it all began.
And what would you say would be your most memorable moment watching a Liverpool game at Fido's?
At Fido's, it's got to be the 2019 Champions League final against Tottenham. Just wall-to-wall red. You know, fortunately we couldn't get everybody in, but that has to be the pinnacle of it.
Right, and we have another game against Tottenham coming up.
We've got a 2-leg series coming up. We did well against them the last one, a lot of goals, 6-3, so, you know, let's keep pushing in for hopefully our first trophy of the year.
That'd be great. But again, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into Buckhead Village. But why don't you come down and take a deeper look yourself? Come and join me the next time there's a Liverpool game on at Fido's. I hope to see you soon. This is Neil Midder signing out.
In the middle of the night on September 27th, 2024, Hurricane Helene slammed into Valdosta, Georgia as a Category 2 storm. Today, we are focusing on the rebuilding of Valdosta. We are going to visit Shea What, our favorite interior design store that was demolished during the storm. And then we're going to stop by 2 homes, one that's partially been restored and the other one that has been completely restored. I'm Spring Henry, your host for American Dream TV. Today, I am here with the owner of Shea What, Katie Watson. Katie, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for coming.
Shea What is one of the most fantastic interior design stores that we have in Valdosta. And unfortunately, it was completely obliterated in its original location, downtown Valdosta. But Katie refused to close shop, and she has reopened in the perfect location with the perfect pizzazz. Katie, tell us a little bit about what Hurricane Helene did to you.
I found out about it from the news, and somebody sent one of our vendors a message and said, "Isn't this where you have your stuff?" And so she texts me and says, "I'm glad you're okay, but it doesn't look like Shea What is." She sent me the picture, and it was the furthest thing from my mind. The entire south wall just fell. So when we pulled up, it was just a pile of bricks.
Pile of rubble, and that's what we saw some of that on the news as well.
But my first concern was just I wanted to protect the things because I just, everything was so exposed. It was a 7,000 square foot store, and we had 50 vendors. A common question that I get is, was everything lost? And yes, if you were on that fallen wall, we lost crystal and artwork and furniture, but as you went into the store, it was just like it was. It was completely, so by late afternoon, I managed to get a hold of everyone, and they came and brought their teams and cleared their areas. I got a phone call from Sherry, the owner of this building, and she said, that this would be a possibility that we could move our operation here. And so I made a few phone calls to the decorators, and they were all on board. And so from that 2-day mark after the hurricane, I just kind of pressed forward, and I believe we opened up Show Up Collective in this building 41 days after the hurricane.
Wow. And I think everybody in Valdosta is just glad and appreciate the fact that you did not shut down on us. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today and just sharing a little bit about how you have contributed to building Valdosta back after Hurricane Helene. We wish you the best in the future, and I can't wait to buy some of this stuff.
Oh, thank you. You already have.
After Hurricane Helene, hundreds of homes in Valdosta were destroyed but have slowly been able to build back to where they were. Today, we're joined by this sweet Valdosta resident whose home was destroyed, but they're in the middle of their build back right now. Can you tell us what happened to your house?
Well, when the hurricane came through, we luckily have a basement, so my husband and I and the 2 cats stayed in the basement. But when it came through, we could hear trees around us falling, and then one shook the house, and we were like, oh, that one hit the house. It ended up being a 100-year-old pine tree, which took out one whole side of our house, which included the laundry room, which had storage in it, and then our pantries, and the office, and the garage. The Georgia Power meter happened to be on that side of the house, so it totally destroyed the meter. It was actually just laying in pieces on the ground. We were without power for about 65 days.
I can see it still being worked on. How long before you think it'll be completed?
We're estimating probably about another month. There's been so much damage in this whole area that the construction companies have been spread extremely thin with the different trades that are involved in everything. But I'm just happy to be home at this point, and we can finish the rest of it whenever.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and we hope you get built back real quick.
Thank you, Spring. I appreciate that.
Our last stop today is in the suburbs of Valdosta in a little town called Hayhira. I'm here with Bettina White, who had a surprise the night of Hurricane Helene with a little bit of damage. Bettina, tell me about the damage that you had.
It's okay. A tree in my bedroom. As soon as I went to bed, it came right through the bedroom. So I had a tree through the bedroom, and the roof fence came off the top of the house, which then caused water damage to the living room.
And Bettina had just purchased her house, I know because I helped her with that. And how many days later was it?
23 days.
23 days after closing and Hurricane Helene hit. What a great surprise. How long did it take you to get everything fixed?
About 6 weeks.
6 weeks. So, and now you are 100% restored, correct? And better than ever, yes. Beautiful deck addition for these cool nights that we're having. Well, Bettina, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us today on the rebuilding of Valdosta. Our community has truly shown resilience and strength. I'm Spring Henry, your American Dream TV host.
Hey, this is Rich Sullivan.
And I'm Johanna Sullivan, and we're your hosts for American Dream TV.
Today we're in beautiful Ball Ground, Georgia, cute town here at the foothills of the North Georgia Mountains, and we're gonna find out what this place is all about.
Let's go check it out.
Ball Ground has a fascinating history dating back to the early 1800s. It gets its name from a Cherokee ball game similar to lacrosse played on the fields here. The town really began to thrive in the late 19th century thanks to the marble industry, with the nearby Blue Ridge Marble Company playing a pivotal role in its development. Today, Ball Ground retains its historic charm while embracing a modern, community-focused vibe. And this is the Wheeler House, a beautiful 19th century restored home that is now a wedding venue and event space. It showcases all that is awesome about Ball Ground.
Downtown Ball Ground is the heart of this community. Here you'll find unique boutiques, antique stores, and incredible restaurants. Let's pop into one of the local favorites, Sunshine Life, where you can find everything from handcrafted gifts to uplifting home decor. So when I think about Ball Ground, one of my favorite places is Sunshine Life. It's right here. It's kind of the gateway to Ball Ground, and this is Charlie, the owner, and we just love her. Charlie, tell us a little bit about the decor and the handcrafted items that you have here.
So I really love unique. So all of the products that I curate here are a mixture of new merchandise, maybe repurposed, handcrafted, but always different, fun, creative, and things you don't find everywhere.
If you're a foodie, you're in luck. Ball Ground's culinary scene punches well above its weight. The Ball Ground Burger Bus serves up creative, mouth-watering burgers from a vintage bus, offering a fun and delicious dining experience you won't forget. Dylan Brown, Burger Bus, Ball Ground, Georgia. This is the most identifiable eating establishment in the county, perhaps. An amazing place. How did this come to be?
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, so my father called me. I was running some restaurants out in Texas and had been in restaurants for about 20 years. He knew I always wanted to own my own spot, and he had seen this bus rusted out in this lumber yard up the street. He saw it, and it was just the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen, and he wanted, me to turn it into a food truck. A couple months went by, and he called me back and said, I got it. Let's fully restore this bus, do seating all the way through, and build a building that you cook out of. And it was like, man, that sounds about right. So 9 years later, here we are.
Well, it's a lot more sink than swim in this industry. So that longevity that you've had is quite a testament to the dedication that you have for the product, but also the people you serve. Talk about Ball Ground and what this place has meant to you.
Oh, it's awesome. Ball Ground is the city, from the people who are at City Hall to the people who run the businesses in the town. It's just the best. I mean, when they say they roll out the red carpet, not the red tape, they mean it. It is such a pleasure to not only do business in this town, but the customers, the business owners, the people in Ball Ground are just some of the best people I've ever come across in my life.
What I can't believe is that we have sat here, both you and I, with all this food on the table and we haven't gotten started. I think we need to eat, man.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's, what are you gonna go for first? You got the Dad's on Death Row, you got your fried grit, fried egg, bacon, cheese, maple syrup. You got our standard 1386. The Mamu dog, which is one of my favorites. It's named after my mother, so can't go wrong with the fresh melted house-made pimento and, of course, diced bacon.
And the 1386 is the number of the bus.
The number of the bus, that's right. The original number of the bus was 1386, so we threw some homage that way and had to name our house sauce that and our house burger that.
Well, the Ball Ground Burger Bus, man, you guys are great, Dylan. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Yeah, thank you.
Have you ever dreamed of owning your own winery? We're here at Feathers Edge Vineyards. It's a locally owned, family-run winery that features an amphitheater, an art gallery, delicious wines, and just a great time. Feathers Edge is such a special place. It's just a peaceful, private retreat designed by the owners who are also artists.
I get such a good feeling when I'm here. The spaces, the way they flow together, the light, the connection to nature. It's just an impressive property.
Yeah, the rustic vibe is everything.
That's a wrap for us here in beautiful Ball Ground, Georgia. Whether you're coming here for the history, the food, the art, the culture, the shopping, this place cannot wait to see you.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time with more lifestyle and entertainment adventures.
If you are ready to remodel your kitchen, redo your bathroom, or your master bedroom, or even finish your basement, then you want to tune in today. We're going to be talking with award-winning Rob Stephenson of Stephenson Construction and taking a look at this beautiful kitchen that he just remodeled. I'm Denise Edwards, your American Dream TV host. Let's go in and take a peek. Rob, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Denise.
Good, good, good. So tell us a little bit about how you got started in construction.
Well, my journey started as a child. I remember my father and my grandfather doing work on the house, tearing out walls. And I remember as a little kid, I was like, wow, this is cool. I can see behind the walls and the next floor, the next room through the wall. It just captured me. From there, I went to Tuskegee University. And once I got into Tuskegee, I really got interested in, problem solving from an engineering standpoint. Something that may not have had a straightforward answer, and that kind of cultivated that part of my mind. And so after graduating as a mechanical engineer, I started out in my field. Some of those architect aspirations started coming back to me. I really wanted to do more than just engineering. I meet all these great people in the fields, inspectors, subcontractors and all that, while I was working full-time as an engineer.
Okay.
So finally we got together and said, hey, let's build a house. And so my first house was in Tuscaloosa County in the Birmingham area, and that's where everything took off.
So you just shared with us that you build houses. Are you still building houses, or are you doing other types of projects, or a little of both?
We focus on interior remodels, even though we can build, a house from scratch. We focus more on basements, kitchens, and baths. We like the interior whole home remodels. We can control the environment a little bit more inside the home. And again, it's a problem-solving event. And it kind of sparks our interest a little bit more, mine in particular, because I'd like to be able to figure out a solution to a problem that the homeowner may have.
That's excellent. So today we're sitting in one of your projects.
Yes.
It's a remodel of a kitchen.
Yes.
Tell us more about what you did here.
So from the very start, when we walked into this home originally, we noticed that there was a flow problem in the kitchen. In other words, their refrigerator was really in the wrong place. The refrigerator was right behind the stove. So as you were cooking, the refrigerator was right behind you. If someone wanted to go in the refrigerator, they're gonna open up the doors and disturb the person who was cooking. So another thing that we did was we opened up the space. And what I mean by that was that the wall between the living room and the kitchen was a little wider, had some weird angles going on. We removed a lot of the angles and a lot of the walls and replaced them with cabinets, because that was the issue. So the back wall with the refrigerator now, that wall was completely redesigned. And we did modify the wall so that the refrigerator would be flush, or as flush as possible, with the cabinets, because that is a major corridor walkway from where you come into the garage and then you walk through to get to the rest of the house, into the kitchen, upstairs, all those different things. That was congested before, so we widened that, and it makes a big difference in how the kitchen flows.
Tell us a little bit more about your awards and what types of projects won those awards. And I know we have some hardware over here that shows us the gamut of what you've done, both nationally and regionally and statewide, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
You know, the very first one that we won was that Chrysalis Award. And Chrysalis is an organization that recognizes remodeling excellence. I would say very fortunate to have clients that wanted to do some cool things in the first place and then be willing to showcase what we did for them. So far, over the last 3 years, we've won about 14 awards, culminating in the NARI National Award for basement over $250,000. That was a bit of a surprise for us to win, as I didn't know we were going to win that. But that project kind of carried us through. We won local awards for it, we won regional awards for it, and then we won a national award for it. So that was amazing for us.
That was a beautiful home that we just saw. My favorite feature in that kitchen was the pantry and the spice rack by the cooktop. So if you're in North Georgia, Rob Stephenson is your guy. Give him a call if you need to remodel or finish that basement. I am Denise Edwards, your American Dream TV host. Thanks for tuning in today.
Hi, good afternoon. It's your host of The American Dream, Tamara Roberts. I'm here in Smyrna, Georgia this afternoon, and I'm going to show you why Atlanta's culture is based around food. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Chopped Chili in Smyrna, Georgia. Chef Angela, congratulations, first of all, congratulations. I wanted to ask you, where are you from, Chef? Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to make Smyrna your home.
I'm originally from Maryland. I grew up in Maryland, but I moved to Atlanta back in '94. Smyrna used to be one of those little best kept secrets. There's a diverse demographics in Smyrna. That's what I love about it. And it's its own city, so there's a sense of community, if you will. It started off with my mom. That's where the chopped chili signature spice blend comes from. She loved chili. So I will create a menu around my chili seasoning, and that's what I did.
What is the most popular item on your menu, and tell me why?
It's the heat. It's the heat. It's something, I think most people are just spicy people. They like a little heat. And so when I was coming up with the different versions of chopped cheese, I knew I had to do a spicy version. So there's a pepper jack cheese that's chopped into the meat, and then we add the jalapenos for the additional spice.
I just wanted to, I said, please send me one of your best clients so I can talk to them. Why is it that you keep coming back to chopped chili? Tell us a little bit about what you love.
Oh, it's not much I don't love about chopped chili. Everything I've tried, I've loved. Everything is good. The food is cooked to perfection. It's seasoned greatly. Everything is freshly cooked, and it's just amazing taste, and that's what draws me here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Back again with my second clip for the day. I came to Atlanta to Grits and Eggs. I'm your host, Tamara Roberts of American Dream TV. Come with us and hear about what's going on here and what's the buzz about in Atlanta. Grits and Eggs. This is a brother from my hometown, Patterson, New Jersey. And when I say he has made a mark in this town, Atlanta is pretty much culturally based around food. So when you come to Atlanta, you want to eat good. So where does everybody go? Grits and Eggs. So brother, Chef Razul, I have a couple of questions for you, and we're not going to take up too much of your time. Where are you originally from? I just said it. And what made you come to Atlanta?
Yeah, as you know, I'm from Patterson, as you know, but what made me come to Atlanta, it's chasing a dream. Right? I knew I couldn't have did this the way I did this up there.
And so what inspired Grits and Eggs? What inspired the whole theme around that?
One, I love breakfast. And you know, a lot of people don't understand how important breakfast is. But the good thing is you can eat it here all day long. I had a conversation with my partners and I'm like, we can keep doing this over and over. Because it's about two things. One is about reputation and consistency. So after we opened up Bindings, then we opened up 2468 Windy Hill. From there, we wanted to go downtown. So we went to 699 Spring Street. And after that one, we came to Buckhead. Right where we at, 2625 Piedmont Road in Buckhead.
And so tell us a little bit about who you are and a little bit of your backstory. What got you into being a chef? What was the, I want to be a chef?
Food is always a conversation piece. As long as I put food in front of somebody, good food, I can have a good conversation with them. I wanted to do breakfast, so what I did was I got me a job. I already knew how to cook, but I wanted to be faster. It was certain things I did. Then I got me a job at the Waffle House. So a lot of people looking at me like I'm going backwards, but I was actually moving forward at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I wanted breakfast. I knew what I can do. I knew what I can bring. I had the food truck. I sold this food on the food truck. The food truck got bigger than me, and now we got Grits and Eggs.
And so if you can give one good piece of advice to anybody who's an up-and-coming entrepreneur, what would that be?
Be ready to fight through the hard times. See, because a lot of people, they see what we do and they think it's easy, but they don't see the sleepless nights. They don't see I can do that. Then you ask them what's their plan, they don't have a plan. So you can't do it because you don't have a plan. You only can do it if you have a plan. You know what I mean? So success don't come overnight. Even the people that look like it's overnight, it ain't happen overnight. It was a plan before that.
There's a plan. I agree. Thank you so much for your time.
You too. We definitely coming to a city near you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm full here at Grits and Eggs here on Piedmont in Atlanta. If you have not eaten here, please come and visit. I'm your host, Tamara Roberts, for American Dream Television. Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the American Dream TV. We created this show to combat negative media, to show that the American Dream is alive and well by showing you real stories in real neighborhoods. Thank you so much for watching the show, and cheers to your American Dream.